the crazy thing about that video, right?
You know, Quavo, Takeoff, they was down here with y'all. But they seen you walking by, he's laying on the ground. You got Mike bending down, and they seen you walking by. What took place there?
Mace's recent revelation shocked the game. He unexpectedly disclosed a private exchange between J. Prince and Takeoff. At the moment, Prince is destroying everything and threatening everyone in his full tantrum mode.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. We got a little bit of straightening going on.
But Mace was not going to give up. Not at all. He responded angrily, saying things about J. Prince that had been whispered for years but that many people were scared to say out loud. This is the first time that someone who is genuinely respectable has taken a stand and said, enough is enough. The streets are going crazy now that Takeoff's death is still a mystery that upsets people. In addition to missing footage and silent witnesses, J. Prince Jr. and DJ Pat are two names that keep popping up.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing, when you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little like the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little like, for real.
Because of this new private call, everything is different. J. Prince might be concealing something far more significant than just bad PR, if what Mace said is true. Numerous postings on the internet accuse J. Prince of being a fake community leader and a murderous fixer. The populace is restless. They are calling for answers, revealing links to the mob, and saying it is time to finally expose the truth. You see, Mace had been lounging and quietly going about his business for some time. But when Prince started making oblique references on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, things came to an end. They took off the gloves. Despite Mace and Cameron's months-long silence about the Houston tragedy, Prince went too far. Mace says he heard a call from J. Prince allegedly talking to Takeoff only hours before he passed away. Moreover, he did not use big bro lingo in his comments. Mace said that Prince was putting pressure on Takeoff over loyalty concerns behind the scenes.
You wasn't really right there with Takeoff when he was alive. You know what I mean?
The kind of tense talk that does not end well. It was not a deference argument either. It was tension and control, and it was rife with negative energy. This is what caused everyone to shudder. This alleged call is supposed to have taken place the night Takeoff was killed outside that Houston bowling facility. Remember the dice game? The argument? Takeoff was lost when the bullets were fired at only 28. One of the most well-known and calmest rappers in the game. When May spoke louder, Prince became irate. He went online right away, reiterating his earlier claims and threatening people in an ambiguous manner, using shading to compensate for missing Takeoff. You were not actually there with Takeoff when he was alive, he said. That phrase set up a firestorm. Cardi B showed that she was not at all scared of mob ties by stepping in with Offset after he clapped back. But the streets had already transformed, and it was too late. A fan stated on X that J. Prince is not respected because Takeoff died while he was watching, and a single remark captured the emotions of the whole internet. People started to learn more, establish connections, and come to the conclusion that there were numerous inconsistencies in this tale. As though he had a strong person's backing, DJ Pat, the man who was arrested for the shooting, was freed from jail after paying a $1 million bail. Who was able to post a bond for millions of dollars and get away with it so easily? As fans started to question who had helped J. Prince, all eyes were once again on him and his group. Then the strangeness increased. J. Prince Jr. reportedly asked to have his name removed from DJ Pat's bond condition paperwork. For instance, why? They were together that night. Why separate yourself unless you are trying to protect someone or something? And that is not all. The Mob Ty and Cameron Joshua, also known as Lil Cam Fifth, are no longer seen by the public as the victims. We also got a warning notice before Takeoff. Remember Duke the jeweler? The man died after playing some dice after arriving in Houston by plane and checking in with Mob Ties. Identical setup. The same silence. J. Prince's name appears in the background once more. Additionally, because it appeared too well planned, many were suspicious of that one movie when J. Prince told his security to back off. People started saying, there is a trend today. Bring affluent artists to Houston. Make them check in after playing dice. Even worse, none of the Princes showed up for Takeoff's burial. Not one of them. Fans conjectured that they could have been too conscious to display. J. Prince Jr. even made the outraged remark, do not wear jewelry around vultures. If you know the vibrations are bad, why even bring them there? If the Mob Ties check-in system is not even effective at keeping people safe, what good is it? Quavo and J. Prince Jr. reportedly got into a fight right before the gunshots were fired, and new video purports to show Prince brushing the whole thing off, as if it had never happened. That offended some people. That is when Mace really went crazy. He was perceived by the public as guilty since it was cold. It proved he was standing by him without saying a word. Supporters believe Mace had been holding off on acting on that leaked call for a while. When he did, the internet went crazy. When Mace dropped the bomb, p.m., the atmosphere suddenly altered. Offset, who had remained silent up until that point, became agitated when Jay Prince tried to talk to him about it, while acting as if he had never been there for Takeoff. Offset shouted out the disrespect straight from the heart, and Cardi B joined him right away. Furthermore, Cardi never steps in for publicity. She is not kidding. She revealed mafia ties on social media, proving that she and her partner were unafraid of any street empire masquerading as a company. This was no longer just hip-hop politics. It was now a personal matter. Suddenly, Jay Prince's standing started to decline. For years, he was known as the pioneer, the man who kept the peace in Houston, and the one that everyone admired. But all of a sudden, fans could see through that facade, Jay-Z as well. According to rumors, Hav has been ignoring the Prince's pleas and messages for peace since 2023. Jay simply interrupts you politely. You are aware that he avoids online controversy. Why? Because billion-dollar companies cannot afford to participate in street politics or federal heat. These entrepreneurs know what is going on. They watch the rumors, the witness silence, and the leaked dice game film. Nobody wants their brand to be harmed by the kind of discussion around the Takeoff situation. At this moment, the entire check-in culture started to fall apart. For years, Jay Prince Jr. made it seem like artists had to check in when they came to Houston. It was intended to be a symbol of safety and respect. But this is when things start to look bleak. What was the status of the witnesses? When the shots were fired that night at 810 Billiards in Bowling, there were around 40 individuals outside. Sources claim that Takeoff did not even participate in the dispute between Quavo and Jay Prince Jr. He was just standing close. As a result, some people are thinking that this may have been an accident, or worse, a warning that was handled incorrectly. Anyway, there were too many persons interested in that matter, and it soon got quiet. Nobody is taking the initiative or speaking up, and every time the news dwindles, something new emerges that instantly drags it back into the spotlight. Now, Mace and Cameron may be discussing something significant over the phone. Rumor has it that Prince and Takeoff's talk was either inadvertently or intentionally captured, but if the audio is authentic, it may be the difference. According to people close to their camp, Cam and Mace have been keeping it hidden in case Jay Prince makes any sly maneuvers. This man quit Diddy, fought in the music industry, and came back stronger than ever. He is one of the few individuals who cannot be coerced or bought into silence. That is what Jay Prince finds dangerous about this whole situation. It seems ridiculous that a single phone call led to all of this. The image of one of the most respected figures in hip-hop was drastically altered by a rumored conversation that took place just hours before Takeoff's passing. Its effect is cascading. After one person speaks, everyone who was hesitant to speak is now realizing that maybe the balance of power has shifted. Even fans of Jay Prince, who formerly thought of him as an untouchable original, are starting to bring up concerns that are beyond dispute. Jay Prince's calm public image has already disappeared. There are noticeable cracks. Due to his family's public separation, the departure of well-known individuals, and others on the internet making connections, the legend is turning into a problem. This is no longer just a story about Takeoff's premature death. It has to do with a power shift that is happening right before our eyes. For many years, Prince's name was widely recognized in the industry. However, it is now being discussed with mistrust instead of reverence. And it is possible that Mace, the only guy brave enough to speak up, was the spark that started the fire that wiped out the whole empire.